By the time the lunch rush hit, Zara had already dropped a tray, mixed up 2 orders and been reminded, 3 separate times, how to smile properly. Not like that, her supervisor had said, pinching her own cheeks upward. Like this, customers don't like blank faces. Zara had tried again, stretching her lips into something she hoped passed as friendly, but it always felt like pretending to speak a language she didn't know. Faces were confusing, words were slippery, and the world, especially when it moved fast, had too many sounds at once. The cafe smelled like burnt coffee and buttered toast. Plates clinked, blenders roared, people talked over each other like competing radio stations. Zara focused on what she could control, count the steps, follow the list, repeat the order in her head. Table 7, 1 black coffee, 1 grilled sandwich. No onions, no onions, no onions. She placed the plate down carefully. There are onions in this. Zara blinked, her chest tightened. I'm sorry, she said, voice barely above the hum of the refrigerator behind the counter. I can fix it. The man sitting there sighed dramatically, like she just asked him to climb a mountain. This is the 3rd time this week, he snapped. Do you even listen, or are you just stupid? The word didn't echo. It didn't sting the way people imagined insults did. It landed the way it always had, flat and familiar, like something she'd been handed long ago and never quite managed to return. Zara reached for the plate. I'll bring another. Unbelievable, he muttered to no one in particular. How do people like you even get hired? People like you. Zara walked back to the kitchen, her hands steady even though her thoughts weren't. People like you took longer to learn things. People like you needed instructions twice. People like you weren't meant for fast places. She'd heard it from teachers who gave up halfway through explaining math problems, from cousins who laughed when she forgot punchlines, from the neighbor who once told her mother she should just keep Zara at home instead of embarrassing herself in public. Zara, the cook called, where's table 9's bill? She checked her apron pocket, not there, other pocket also not there. Her supervisor shook her head. You need to focus, this isn't a charity. I am focusing, Zara said softly. But even she wasn't sure it was true. When she finally came out with the corrected sandwich, the man was still complaining, now to someone else at the table. Zara placed the new plate down, careful again. No onions, she said. He rolled his eyes. Wow, gold star. From the corner of her eye she noticed someone watching. A man at the next table, early 30s maybe, tired looking in the way people who hadn't slept properly in years looked tired. There was a little girl beside him, coloring on the back of a receipt. He didn't say anything, just met her eyes for half a second and gave a small nod. It wasn't much, but it was different. Zara went back to work. The man and his daughter came in 3 days later. Zara recognized the girl first, same bright purple hair ties, same habit of humming under her breath while she colored. The man ordered for both of them. 1 hot chocolate, he said, gesturing to the girl, and a cappuccino for me. Zara repeated it in her head. Hot chocolate cappuccino. What's your name? The girl asked suddenly. Zara hesitated. Customers didn't usually ask. Zara. I'm Mina, she said proudly, and that's my dad. Her dad smiled a little apologetically. Sorry, she's very social. It's okay, Zara replied. This time, she didn't mix up the order. When she brought their drinks, Mina beamed like Zara had performed a magic trick. You remembered. Zara felt something warm bloom in her chest. They came again the next week, and the week after that. Mina liked dinosaurs. She told Zara their names, one by one, carefully pronouncing each syllable. Zara repeated them quietly later while wiping down tables. Stegosaurus. Triceratops. One afternoon, during a particularly busy rush, the same customer from before returned. Zara recognized the impatience in the way he drummed his fingers on the table. She tried not to panic. "One iced latte," he said, "and make it quick this time." Iced latte, iced latte. But table 4 needed cutlery. Table 2 needed their bill. Someone dropped a fork behind her, and the clatter sent her thoughts scattering. When she brought the drink out, she knew before he said anything. "This is a hot latte." Zara's throat went dry. "I asked for iced," he said loudly. "Is it really that hard? Honestly, are you stupid or something?" The word again, louder this time. People turned. "I'm sorry," Zara whispered, reaching for the cup. "No, no," he continued. "You people never learn. It's like talking to a wall." Before Zara could move, a chair scraped against the floor. "She's smarter than all of us." It was Mina's dad. The cafe went quiet in that subtle way crowded places sometimes did, where conversations didn't stop completely, but they softened enough to make space for something else. The man who complained frowned. "Excuse me." "I said," the father repeated, standing now, "she's smarter than all of us." A few heads turned fully this time. Zara froze. "What are you talking about?" the customer scoffed. "She can't even get a drink right." "And you," the father replied calmly, "can't manage basic decency." A beat passed. "You think remembering a coffee order is the only kind of intelligence that matters," he went on. "Do you know she memorized my daughter's dinosaur list after hearing it once? Because Mina gets upset when people forget. Do you know she notices when Mina's overwhelmed before I do, and brings extra napkins because she knows Mina chews on them when she's anxious?" Zara's heart thudded painfully in her chest. "I've watched her count change faster than your card machine processes payments," he said. "I've watched her help an elderly man find his way to the restroom without making him feel embarrassed. I've watched her do 10 things at once in a place that's basically a sensory nightmare." The word nightmare made something inside Zara twist, because yes, that was exactly what it felt like sometimes. "So maybe," he finished, voice still even, "she didn't bring you the right temperature milk. But that doesn't make her stupid. It just means she's human, something you might want to try being." No one spoke. The customer muttered something under his breath and looked away. Zara couldn't move. Mina's dad turned back to her. "We'll take the hot one," he said gently. "No need to waste it." After that day, things didn't magically become easy. Zara still forgot orders sometimes, still needed instructions repeated, still felt the world tilt sideways when the cafe got too loud, too bright, too fast. But something had shifted. The word stupid didn't land the same anymore, because now it had competition. "She's smarter than all of us." It played in her mind when she woke up early for morning shifts, when her supervisor sighed at another mistake, when customers spoke slowly to her in that exaggerated tone people used for children. One evening, Mina and her dad came in just before closing. Mina had a school project, a cardboard volcano held together with too much glue. "We need baking soda," she announced, "and vinegar, it's for lava." Zara nodded seriously. "Do you know how volcanoes work?" Mina asked. Zara thought for a moment. "Pressure," she said finally, "builds up, then boom." Mina looked delighted. "Exactly." Her dad smiled. "You're good with her." Zara shrugged, unsure what to do with the compliment. "She likes you," he added. "Not everyone takes the time to listen the way you do." Zara glanced at Mina, who was now explaining tectonic plates to a sugar packet. Listening wasn't hard. Words were clearer when they mattered to someone. As they got up to leave, Mina handed Zara the receipt she'd been drawing on. It was a picture, 3 stick figures, one with purple hair ties, one tall, one with an apron. Above them, in careful, uneven letters, Mina had written, "Smart." Zara stared at it long after they'd gone. For the first time since she could remember, The noise in her head wasn't telling her everything she was. It was quiet enough to let something else in.